I'm going to have to scoot this back a little bit to show you all what we found, what we discovered while we were stuck at home this week. So, in case you've been living under a rock and didn't know, we had a decade busting amount of snow, bad weather, freezing temperatures. I think it was yesterday, Melissa and Barbara and Karen, was it not yesterday that the wind chill was like -10 or something? That's crazy for here. So everybody who lives in Canada, good for you. We don't live in Canada. We're not used to those temperatures, okay? So it was absolutely crazy for us. We're not prepared for that. We're just not used to that. Yesterday when we ran to the store, I saw people in snow bibs and ski jackets, and I was like, dang. And Barbara said, yes, it was. And I was like, man, we don't still have, since we don't ski anymore, we don't still have that stuff, but it would have been nice to have it today. Or I saw people dressed like me that had on like a pair of leggings and 2 pairs of sweatpants, or in their pajamas. And I don't know why. Why would you go out if the roads were icy and you were at risk of running off the road? Why would you go out in your pajamas? But anyway, I sidetrack. I segue. I go back. I'm going back. So, a couple of things that we discovered while we were home, for a week, because basically we've been snowbound for a week. The first one is, it doesn't matter how many times you clean out your freezer or your pantry, you have more food. If you are a normal American, so if you live in the United States of America, and if you're normal, now if you're having food issues, I am so sorry. I would love to come, and be able to give you some of this, but I'm just going to say, just a normal family household, it doesn't matter how many times you clean it out, we've still got too much stinking food. So that was the first thing I realized. Casey and I cleaned out 2 shelves of her freezer. There's still too much food. Okay, we've been eating something out of her refrigerator every day, and sadly we had to throw a few things away, but we still have so much food. And let's see. Oh, Barbara ordered a pair. Oh, she ordered a pair of snow bibs from Walmart so that she could go feed her chickens. Oh my gosh, yeah, you have to. You just absolutely have to. Okay, so that was the first thing that we realized. The second thing that we realized was the weather people have no idea what they're talking about, and that I will no longer let somebody shame me into getting my basic food necessities just because there's a threat of snow, okay? Because I went to the store the day before all of this started and just bought my normal food. So I did not go COVID crazy and stock up on things. I wasn't the person taking cases of ramen off the shelf. I don't know why there's no ramen. But just normal things like I needed eggs. So I just got what I could get. I needed a loaf of bread. I took what I could get. I wasn't picky about it. I didn't pitch a fit when I got up to the thing. I made sure I had dog food, because the rest of us can eat whatever. Dusty had to have dog food. I made sure that I had Dusty's insulin. But the one thing that we forgot, pull-ups. Pull-ups. So people, remember, even if you don't think that you can ever have bad weather or that anything like that can happen, just keep those little necessities on hand. So that was another thing that we learned. Okay, next thing that we learned, and this one's kind of interesting. I did not find this out. John found this out. He did have to go to work on, I think it was day 3. And where he works, he just went up, worked for a couple of hours, and then came back. Still kind of dicey, the roads were, but he discovered, or a couple of the guys that were up there at work told him something that I did not know. This is not available everywhere. I do not know if it's available in your area or not. I've never seen it. When we went in to check on it, because John swung by, took me straight there, had me go in, and I'm telling you, that parking lot, whoa, I never want to have to walk through something like that again. I was like ice skating. I bet you that because of the snow that was left, excuse me, and what had melted and what had refrozen on top, I bet you the ice in that parking lot, I'm not kidding you, was that thick. It was absolutely that thick. So I skated up and went inside, and I asked 4 questions. I said, do you have this in this area? She turned around and pointed at the sign, and it said available regionally, was what it said on the sign. I said, do I have to give you advance notice that I need this? And she said, she looked at me and went, no. Why? No. Why would? And I said, I didn't know. It seems like and I'm going to show you what it is in a second, but I was like, it seems like a bulk thing for you all. I didn't know if I needed to give you advance notice. And she was like, no, you don't have to give me advance notice. How much is it? She told me, and I'll tell you how much it is in a second. And then the fourth thing I asked her was, how late are y'all planning on staying open today? Because our weather was so bad. We had places closing at 11 and noon o'clock. But anyway, they were going to stay up until 10. This is the thing that I did not know was available. One of the guys up at John's office told him about this. Apparently, their family of 6 lives on these. Did you all know that Wendy's has a family meal size chili option? I had no idea. Did not know it was available in our area. So it comes in this cute, it comes in this cute little carrying box. And look how big this is. This is a container. This is a family size container of Wendy's chili. I love Wendy's chili. I got an extra one of these just so that we could break it down and freeze it so that I could have it at other times. If you did not know, a small Wendy's chili is 5 points. A large Wendy's chili is 7 points, and it's already chili. You do not have to make it. It's already made. So this is what Casey and I used today. Yesterday, we had this. We had chili with a grilled cheese sandwich. Today, we had, because we ended up buying 2 of these. Today, we had, tonight, we had chili, the rice, the very colorful rice cauliflower, a handful of corn chips, and then some light sour cream, because we're completely slap out of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Like, oh God, I've used it all up. But I didn't know these were available. This is a giant container. Oh yeah, Melissa says don't buy the canned Wendy's chili. Oh no, I would never. This was $13.99, so I don't know how much this is in all areas, and I don't know if it's available in all areas. But this was $13.99, and when I watched her scooping it, I believe that this, and I did not take it out. We ate it so fast, I did not take it out and measure it. But watching her scoop it, I believe that this has 7 to 8 small servings. So that's small Wendy's chili. I believe this has 7 to 8. We did, Barbara. We made Petros, yeah. And for people who are not from East Tennessee, they may not know what those are, but we did make Petros. Yes, ma'am. The only thing we didn't have is we didn't have any jalapenos or black olives, which is sad. But anyway, I would have loved to have had some of those. But this was $13.99. It was available like immediately. Like when I said, okay, then I'll take, 2 of them. I mean, she scooped it up immediately. I don't know. I thought this was going to be like, like I'd have to call ahead and give them an hour, or something. But apparently they make so much chili. She just got 2 of these containers, turned around, scoop, 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 scoop. It was about 7 to 8 scoops, like ladlefuls, for each one of these. I really think the girl might have filled ours up a little bit more than it should have been. I don't think they should have been that much in it. But she was feeling kind of generous that day. But I believe this is probably 7 small Wendy's chilies, which is definitely 100% more than $13.99. Brought this home. We had 4 people and a 2-year-old made a meal out of the first one yesterday, and 4 people made a meal out of the second one tonight, and there is still about that much left in it. And again, if you have Wendy's in your area, if this is available, a small Wendy's chili, and I'm holding this like I know exactly how tall the container is, but a small Wendy's chili is 5 points, a large Wendy's chili is 7 points. I really think this was a good deal. This was a really, really good deal. And yeah, John is going to call her local Wendy's tomorrow. When John told me, I was like, sure. Hopefully he's not inside watching the chat, because really in my head I was like, whatever. Wendy's doesn't have bulk chili. They don't. I would know that, right? I would know that. Okay, I didn't know that, but they do. Okay, $13.99 for this giant container. And it's delicious. It's just Wendy's chili. So so the plan is we've consumed, almost both of them, just because again, we've not been able to go many places. It was even a little bit of a task, to get out and get that from, to even get out and get that from Wendy's. But I see absolutely no reason why. I mean, I see in my future, I see another purchase of that, ladling it out into my super cubes, and then freezing it, yeah, so that I can have Wendy's chili in the showroom, whenever I want to. Okay, so we only have about 15 minutes left for the second one. We left our loft in such a hurry, I did not get to grab my air fryer. We were not planning on getting sick, so we thought that we were just coming over to Casey's for Christmas and then we would be back and forth. We weren't planning on getting the flu. We were not planning on getting, ooh, yeah, and Sylvia says on spaghetti. That does sound good. Is that not the way to eat it in Chicago? Isn't that the Chicago way to eat chili? But anyway, we were not planning on getting sick. We were not planning on getting sick, more sick. We were not planning on having this much snow. We were not planning on being in our camper for an entire month. So I left home without my air fryer, have not been back to get it. Could not get to work for a week, so I couldn't grab my air fryer or the Instant Pot there. Some of the things that we needed to be able to prepare, I just absolutely will not, period, ever again, make in the stove, on the stove, you know, or any other way. So we had potatoes that needed to be baked. We had bacon that needed to be cooked. We had French fries in the freezer that the girls wanted. And we had several things that I will not make them after we've done so much together the last few years and made things in the Instant Pot and made things in the air fryer and 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 the waffle iron and the whatever. I just won't make them the traditional way anymore. So panic set in because I had potatoes that needed to be made. And John was like, can you not just make them in the oven? And I went, I guess you could. I guess normal people make them in the... Oh, and I had eggs that needed to be boiled. And I was like, that I can't do. Y'all know I can't do that. So I had to come up with a panic plan. I could not walk. It's only like 3.5 miles to work. And I have 2 air fryers at work. But I couldn't walk to work. There was no way for me to get them. So John's mom had purchased... I don't know, a few years ago, she had purchased, and I'm going to get this, I'm going to pull this out so I can tell you the correct name, and this is a lot, okay? She had purchased an Emeril Lagasse. I have always pronounced his name Emeril Lagasse. I looked it up today. It's Emeril Lagasse. Apologies, Emeril. Not that you're ever going to see this. So it is an Emeril Lagasse pressure air fryer Duet. John's mother had purchased this a couple of years ago. This is what the manual looks like. That's what the manual looks like. So we went and grabbed it. She never opened the box. She was not going to use this. So John went and grabbed it for me, trudged through 10 inches of snow, brought it back over. We got it set up. It took me 2 days, not really, but it took me a couple of hours to figure out how to use this. These are still available at Walmart, and this is going to be one of the weirdest, not weirdest, but y'all, normally you all know when I try things for you, I'm all, whoa, this is fantastic, I love it. Do not buy this. Don't buy this, and I'm going to show you why. If you already have it, go ahead and get it out and use it just because you have it. We will continue to use this at Casey's. I'm not going to put it away. I'm not going to throw it away. We'll use it. I will find, you know, I mean, today I found it made French fries just fine. But I just wanted to show you all this before I tell you what is wrong with it. Yeah, before I tell you what's wrong with it. So this is an Emeril Lagasse pressure air fryer Duet. $199 at Walmart is what I saw it for today. All of this hold on, still turning pages. All of this, so I'm on page 12 now. All of that, all of this, now I'm on page 17, 18 and 19, 20 and 21, I'm still on the English side, 22 and 23, 24 and 25, and I haven't even made it to the Spanish side. It's too complicated. This is too complicated. Okay, all we've used it for is pressure cooking and air frying. So let me show you, first of all, how big this thing is. This takes up a huge amount of space. Okay, so it is an Emeril Lagasse air fryer, pressure air fryer Duet. You're going to hear me grunt when I pick this up, okay? Because it is on the ground. Oh my gosh. This thing is huge. it's way too big. Ugh. Let me see if I can even turn it around. So it does have a lot of the same features that the Instant Pot does, but it weighs 600 pounds. Not really. I bet it weighs, I don't know if it says on the box or not, but with this lid on it, I bet it weighs 20 pounds, 25 pounds. No wonder my mother-in-law never got it out of its box. And you have, and you see what a hard time I'm having getting this off. This is the air frying lid. So you have one lid for air frying, and you have to get it lined up exactly on these little pins on the back in order to use it. So you've got, oh my gosh, if I can even set it down. Ugh. So you've got one lid for air frying. You've got another lid for pressure cooking. And the pressure cooking lid works pretty much like the Instant Pot one does. And then you have another lid that's for, like, if you wanted to do sous vide, or if you wanted to, golly, this thing's so big I can't even sit behind it. Okay, God, are y'all still there? As I over this. Okay, so you use the same inner pot. This inner pot, that's the same one that you use for air frying, or for pressure cooking, or for sous vide, or for whatever you're going to do. It is clearly marked, and I can't pick you all. I technically could pick you all up, but I'm going to leave you down. So it is pretty clear on the inside of this, of the inner pot. It is pretty clear, and the letters, I do like how big the letters are. So it says full cup, and it starts at 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's see, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. So it tells you what the full cups are, and then it tells you how far you've gone up in here. So it's got a fourth of the way full, a half of the way full, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. You've got 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, and 4/5. So what's telling you is it's that much full, or that many quarts, I guess. So you just don't go above that. But I do like how big that is, so you can see that. The inner pot is pretty nice. It did come with one little, grid thing to put in the bottom. Okay, so here are the things that I don't like about it. Again, it's extremely complicated. I had to read 20-something pages of directions before I could even start it, because this is the pressure cooking. This is the pressure cooking. It's an 8-quart, I believe. But because this is the pressure cooking and the air frying inner container, that's it. So I've tried air frying things, top and bottom, and you really need like a stacking thing. I'm not buying accessories to go with this, okay? I'm just not. So when we air fried, we were only able to put, if you can imagine that size. So we did not do the huge russet potatoes. I did smaller golden potato, like Yukon Gold potatoes. That's what we had. I was able to get 6 Yukon Golds on top of this grid. So I air fried half of them and I pressure cooked half of them. Both of them turned out well. So as far as that went, sure, that was fine. That was fine. That turned out well. But on the air frying, it was not as much volume. That wasn't as much space as my Simple Living products, or even my Power XL air fryer. It just has a bigger volume basket. Then trying to figure out how to air fry, and even how to pressure cook. So on the pressure cook side of it, and I'm going to turn around where I can see it, but on the pressure cook side, it only gave you so many functions, and then you have to start clicking through on this button, and if you misdo something, it just takes you you have to go all the way back to the beginning. And the same thing with the air fryer. I was trying to do the potatoes, and I was like, that's not what I said, because you have to push air fryer, then you have to dial this down to whether you want custom beef, poultry or fish, I think, are your choices. So I finally, and I scrolled through everything to see if there was any more choices. So I finally selected custom, and then I accidentally hit it again, and it started going on like 375 or something, and I was like, that's not what I said. And then I had to hunt and hunt and hunt to find the only way you can stop it. So like on my Power XL, and are y'all still there? Y'all are like wickedly quiet, and I don't know if it's because I don't ever complain about anything, or I hardly ever say anything negative about anything except for that disgusting dirt in a bag stuff that I tried that day. But I rarely ever say anything negative about anything. And this is fine. I will use it, but I would not go purchase one. And if you already have one, bless your heart. And if you, thank you, Debbie and Barbara, for letting me know. And if you already have one, bless your heart. And if you need to know how to use it, call me and I'll try to walk you through it. But you can't, I don't know, like on my Power XL and then on my Simple Living products, if I want to check something, thank you, Vicki, if I want to check something, or if I need to look at it, or if I need to see how it's doing, you just open it. So you just pull the basket out, look at it, decide if that temperature's right, if it's going well, you can shake it, you know, whatever. So when I mistakenly hit the custom and let it choose, I couldn't figure out how to turn it off. And I was like, oh my gosh, stop. You have to turn off. It's down here. You have to hit keep warm or cancel. That's the only way that it would let me stop it. So I stopped it, started over again, got it going again. So, you know, got it going again. This will be on YouTube, Barbara. I am going to show you how to use it. I'm just kidding. But that's the only way that I could get it stopped and then get it going again. So it did fine with the potatoes. It did fine pressure cooking the potatoes. It did, Karen, correct. Karen says I have enough kitchen stuff. It's too big. You definitely 100% don't need this. It is too big. Like, we're trying to figure out where to store this at Casey's house. But anyway, so it did fine on the pressure cooking. It did fine on the air frying, and they both turned out well. Both of the potatoes turned out well. We've pressure cooked several things in it. It does. Debbie, this is only a couple of years old. It's only 3 years old, but they do still have it at Walmart. This is still available at Walmart for $199, and it looks exactly like this one. We looked them up online, and they look, I mean, almost identical. The box is updated a little bit, but that's it. So pressure cooking, it did fine, but I've got my Instant Pot, and I love the Instant Pot, and I've almost completely figured it out. So I mean, I wouldn't go buy this for that. As far as the air frying side is, again, it's got a smaller, you know, inside. So the inside is not as big of a basket. Here's my number one problem with it. I just said 2 or 3 times on my Simple Living products air fryer or on my Power XL, you can pull out the basket, check it, shake it, whatever. While I was trying to make the French fries for the girls, guess what? Every time I wanted to look at them, because I don't know, I've never used this before on French fries, every time I wanted to check them and look at them, I had to hit keep warm, cancel, stop the whole stinking thing, wrestle that big lid off, look at it, and go, well, those are not ready. Stir them with a kind of fluff them up with a plastic spatula, wrestle that back on, start it all over again. So on my Simple Living Products air fryer, if I pull it out, like if I'm in the middle of a cycle and I pull it out, look at it, shake something, stick it back in, it starts right back up. It automatically starts right back up. This one, I had to start all over again. You have to hit air fry, custom, time, blah, 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 blah. Then I needed to check them again, all over again. Keep warm, cancel, wrestle that lid off, check it, whatever. Okay, so I will not continue to complain about this. I think I've complained about it enough to convince you all, do not make this purchase. It weighs too much. It's huge. It's $199. You've got $199 to spend. If you've got that to spend on something else, don't buy this thing. It being a Duet is not like this. All these lids and everything is going to take up more room than if we just had another air fryer and an Instant Pot. Okay, it's too much. It's just too much stuff. Too much stuff to break, too much stuff to whatever. It's complicated. If you need any help with it, let me know. But again, we're going to use this. We're going to make it work because it was free to us. We didn't have to pay for it, and it's already physically here. But I just wanted to let you all know, Wendy's chili in the family container, fantastic idea. Emeril Lagasse Duet. Let's see, pressure air fryer Duet. Not so. Wendy's chili, thumbs up. In the bulk, in the family pack, Emeril Lagasse Pressure Air Fryer Duet, thumbs down. Absolutely thumbs down. Again, we're going to use it. Not real happy with it. Would have been super mad if I had had to pay for it. But y'all have a fantastic week. It is supposed to be 63 degrees by the end of the week, which means hopefully we're going to be melted. Hopefully we're going to be back to normal. I guarantee you we're all going to be sick. When the weather in Tennessee does this, when it's 60, -10, 58, 20, when it goes like this, we're all starting to get sniffly again, but that's just sniffles. That's not the flu. That's not sick like we were a few weeks ago. But y'all have a great week. Thank you so much for letting me be here. Hopefully I'll be back in the showroom next week. We'll try to do something maybe in one of the bowls, maybe one of the colorful ones next week, because we need some more real food in our lives, and we need out of this snow. But y'all have a fantastic week. If you were watching this on YouTube, please let that next video go ahead and roll over. I promise you will enjoy it. And then please, please, please click subscribe. It is so hard to keep your subscription numbers up right now. YouTube is changing their algorithm, and whew, it is so frustrating trying to keep up your numbers right now. But y'all have a great week. I've enjoyed being here, and thank you for listening to me whine about this air fryer duet. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. Thanks, and y'all stay safe and stay warm out there. Good night.